Welcome to the Chapter 7 Interactive Study Guide for Quiz 7.5 through 7.7. Go ahead and pause this video as you're completing each problem, and then push play and watch me solve it. See if you have any questions, and make some comparisons if necessary. Numbers 1 and 2 says write the word sentence as an inequality. So we're not solving it, we're just writing it as an inequality. A number x is greater than 0. So I'm going to use the variable x is greater than symbol 0. It's really that simple. Number 2, twice a number c. Well, this part of the expression, twice a number c, I write as 2c. Make sure you have the correct formatting. And we know it is at least negative 8. So can it be greater than negative 8? Yes. It's at least negative 8. Can it be exactly equal to negative 8? The answer is yes. Can it be less than negative 8? No. So we know it needs to be greater than or equal to negative 8. Numbers 3 and 4, they ask if the solution they give you is a correct solution or not. So all we have to do is substitute in the variable. They tell us 2n is greater than 16, n equals 9. So let's put a 9 where n is. So 2 times 9, 18, is greater than 16. Is that a true statement? If it is, we say yes, it is a solution. If it was not a true statement, we would say no, it is not a solution. In this case, it is correct. Number 4, x minus 1 is less than or equal to 9. This time, x equals 10. So let's plug a 10 in. 10 minus 1 is 9. Is 9 less than or equal to 9? The answer, once again, is yes. It's not less than 9, but it is exactly equal, so therefore it does work. Numbers 5 and 6. Graph the inequality on the number line. So there's nothing to solve here. We're simply going to graph it. Y is greater than negative 4. This is my attention number. I'm going to put my dot on negative 4. It's going to be an open dot this time because it does not have the or equal to part. And since y is greater than negative 4, I got to try two numbers. Let me put negative 6. Is negative 6 greater than negative 4? No. Let me try negative 2. Is negative 2 greater than negative 4? Yes. So I want to shade towards my yes side, and I'm going to shade in from the open circle, including the arrowheads, all the way to the right, and this number line keeps on going. Make sure you overemphasize your shading. Number 6, m is less than or equal to 3/5. So again, this time it has the or equal to part. I'm going to put my attention number as 3/5. I'm going to have a closed dot on 3/5 because I'm including 3/5 as part of my answer solution set. And since it's less than, I'm going to put 0 in there. And 0 makes it true, 1 makes it false. I go towards the true side, towards 0 to the left. And I'm going to shade in, including the arrowheads, to the left. Number 7 and 8, and this time I'm going to actually solve the inequality and then graph my solution. X plus 4 is less than or equal to 8. To get x by itself, our goal every single time, isolate the variable, do the inverse operation. Subtract 4 from both sides. That leaves me with x is less than or equal to 4. Since I have the or equal to part, close dot on 4, my attention number. Try a 2. 2 makes it true. Put a 6 in there. 6 is false. Shading to the left towards the 2, the true side. Number 8. I'm going to subtract 16 from both sides to get g by itself. I get 2 is greater than g. I'm going to flip my answer around because I like to have my variable on the left-hand side. G is less than 2. And now I'm going to graph that solution right there. If g is less than 2, I need an open dot on 2. Put a 0 in there, that's true. Put a 4, not correct. So I go towards the true side, the 0 side. I'm going to shade to the left. And all these answers are part of the solution set. Every number that's less than 2 would be true. Alright, number 9. 2 less than a number is more than 15. So if it's 2 less than a number, I'm going to use x. X minus 2. That is 2 less than a number. And I know that answer is more than, meaning greater than, 15. And that is the correct answer. Again, reread it, double check your answer, make sure it makes sense. Number 10. 7 more than some number is less than or equal to 27. So 7 more than a number. Well, that's some number. I'll use n this time. Plus 7. 7 more than a number. N plus 7 is less than or equal to 27. And that right there is the final correct answer. Of course, reread it a couple times. Double check your answer. Make sure it makes logical sense and is written accurately. Number 11, we're going to solve and then graph. So I have 3 over 2 times a is less than 24. So I have the fraction 3 halves. I'm going to treat it as a fraction, so I can do it as one step. So I need to divide by 3 halves. And when we divide by 3 halves, we are really simply going to multiply by the reciprocal, 2/3. So I'm going to multiply the left side by 2/3, and that leaves me with a. And now I'm going to do 24 over 1 times the reciprocal, which is 2/3. Cross simplify, that's a 1, that's an 8. 8 times 2 is 16 over 1, which equals 16. So my final solution is a is less than 16. That's an open dot on 16. Put a 14 in there, it's true. Put an 18 in there, it is false. Go to the left, towards the true side. And that is my final answer. Number 12, I want to get s by itself. Right now it's being multiplied by 11. So to undo that, I divide both sides by 11. Divide by 11, and I get 11 is greater than or equal to s. I'm going to flip it around. S is going to still be on the lower side, the left-hand side, but I'm going to flip my sign. Less than or equal to 11. And I'm going to graph this solution here. Close dot on 11 because I have the or equal to portion. So I'm including 11 as part of the correct answer solution set. And s is less than 11. So if I put a 9 in there, or equal to, so if I put a 9 in there, it's true. If I put a 13 in there, it is false. So I want to shade to the left-hand side. And again, overemphasize it. Make sure it's a closed dot because I have the or equal to part. Numbers 13 to 14, I'm going to write it and then solve it as an inequality. 3 times the number x, so that's 3x, is more than, greater than, 18. Now get x by itself, divide by 3 on both sides. That leaves me with x is greater than 6. Final solution. Number 14, 84 is no less than, so no less than means 84 must be greater than or equal to whatever we have left. 7 times the number k, 7k. And now I need to solve this solution, this inequality. Divide both sides by 7, divide by 7, and that gives me 12 is greater than or equal to k. Now I'm going to flip it around. K is less than or equal to 12. And that is my final answer. Number 15, water park. Each visit to a water park costs $19.95. An annual pass to the park costs $89.95. Write an inequality to represent the number of times you would need to visit the park for the pass to be a better deal. Well, $19.95 every time you go. So we'll call it G for going. And we want that to be more than, greater than, or equal to $89.95. So we're not solving this, we're just writing it. $19.95 every time we go is greater than or equal to $89.95. And if you actually solve for G, divide by almost $20, that'll tell you your break-even point. How many times you must go for it to be a better benefit. Number 16, garden. You want to use a square section of your yard for a garden. You have at most, so the greatest possible amount of space, 52 feet of fencing to surround the garden. Write and solve an inequality to represent the possible length of each side of the garden. Well, perimeter. We're going to use a square. All sides are the same. So we're going to have 4, because there's 4 sides of a square that are all the same. S is at most, so meaning it has to be less than or equal to 52. And this inequality will tell you the maximum distance each side of your square can be because of the fencing limitations we have. And the last problem here, delivery. You are planning to spend $12 on a pizza. Write and solve an inequality to represent the additional amount you must spend to get free delivery. And it says free delivery for orders of $30 or more. So, if we have already spent $12, plus we're going to spend more money on pizza, so I'm going to call it P, plus some money for more pizza, it must be greater than or equal to $30 to get free pizza. This time it says write and solve. So let's now solve this. To get P by itself, subtract 12, subtract 12. You must spend at least $18 more on pizza to get free shipping. And that is the interactive study guide. Make sure you study. You will have a quiz coming up. I need you to do your very best and get yourself a 100%.